Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. Recently, we are all witnesses to the hardship protest by residents of Niger State. They were protesting the high cost of living in Nigeria, which was exacerbated by the removal of the fuel subsidy and the flotation of the naira. Two policies that has literally made Nigerians poorer than ever before. Now, the protest by the residents of Niger State, led by women, was as a result of the hardship they are passing through, the frequency in which the prices of goods and services were changing in the market on the hourly basis. They could no longer take it anymore, and they hit the street. And of course, I have made a video elsewhere where I said that part of the problem in Niger is not only just that the foodstuffs are expensive, it is also the fact that they cannot even go to farm as an agricultural state to produce enough food for themselves and for sale. That is part of the bigger reasons why you saw them hit the streets to protest. Now, one of the fallouts from that protest was the intervention by the Niger State governor, Mohammed Bago, who in his intervention has banned the sale and distribution of food items and farm produce in bulk from the state to other Nigerian states. Bago announced the ban during a press briefing, stressing that the sale of food items in bulk has resulted in scarcity and food starvation within the state. And the governor said, trucks who come to pack or buy foodstuffs from our villagers in bulk shall be halted for now. We have stopped mass purchase from our local markets, all our local governments, from now henceforth. Anyone found doing that, we have given security agencies go ahead to confiscate those trucks and share the food to the people. Now, this is the kind of typical fire brigade approach you see in Nigeria, or being executed by officials of the Nigerian state. Now, the last time I checked, Nigerians have freedom to engage in business, legitimate business, all over the country. So the governor of Niger State does not have the power granted him by any law in Nigeria to discriminate against people coming to their state to buy foodstuff or whatever. What he is saying is against the law. That when somebody comes from outside Niger State and goes to the villages in Niger State and bought foodstuffs in bulk, and as he's transporting it out of the state, you use security agents and stop them Perhaps the person went to the bank to borrow money to buy this foodstuff. And then security agents will now share the food to people who are around the area. And the governor thought that that is the solution to the problem. That's the kind of thing we see in Nigeria. These are the kind of discriminatory policies that you can see come out of a Nigerian governor as a solution to a problem. And I hope that any trader who goes to Niger and bought trailer loads of food will take note of those who distribute that food, and Niger State government will pay. Niger State government will pay for every food that was shared by a man who legitimately, or woman who legitimately went to that state and bought foodstuff in the same country. They will pay, they must pay. And any farmer, any trader who has fallen victim to that should not allow that to stay. He must report to his own state government. He must go to court to make Niger State to pay for every piece of yam that was confiscated and shared to the people. That is not the root problem of food scarcity in Niger State and in the country. In fact, that somebody came to Niger State from another state is to the benefit of the Niger State farmers. It means that they are going to sell at a market price. And the last time I checked, Nigeria is a capitalist country where the forces of demand and supply determines the price of goods and services. The state does not even have control over the price of goods and services. So if there is scarcity of foodstuff in the country and people come to Niger State, it is a bonanza for the farmers of Niger to become rich, to become wealthy. And it is a violation of their right that at a time they had an opportunity to make profit, the state is sabotaging them by saying that they must sell it at a cheaper rate, because that is force reduction in price. That's what they are trying to do in Niger. The Niger State farmer has the freedom to sell his goods, his farm produce, to anyone he or she desires. The governor has no rights, no powers to tell him how much and who to sell his foodstuff. When the government did not provide land free for him, government did not till the land for him, government did not buy inputs like insecticides, inputs like fertilizer, and all the other inputs, quality seedling and everything, government didn't provide for him. What gave the government the right to tell him how to sell? Is it because the farmers are largely illiterate? Can they do that to educated farmers, telling them how to, who, where and when to sell their produce? That is not the solution to the problem of food scarcity in Niger State or in Nigeria. That is a fire brigade approach that even the military, when they do it, we condemn them. So you cannot victimize the Niger State farmers, forcing them to sell at a low price. Meanwhile, you are all part of the same people that say that they should remove fuel subsidy so that market forces will determine the price of fuel. But you don't want market forces to determine the price that a farmer in Niger sells his bag of rice, his bag of beans, his bag of millet. And you want to determine for him who to sell and who not to sell. That's hypocrisy of the highest order. Because these governors, which the governor of Niger State is part of, they were all connived with the federal government and insist that removal of fuel subsidy is the way to go. That forces of demand and supply should determine what people pay for fuel. So why should the forces of demand and supply now not be applicable to the farmers in Niger State? So the governor got it all wrong. And I think it's an issue that needs to be addressed. And farmers should not be victimized, because that is what I see. It is a victimization of farmers in Niger State. Because we know that in the capitalist system that we practice in Nigeria, where demand and supply is what determines the prices of goods and services, it is not right for anyone to stop the farmer from selling to who he wants to sell at whichever price he wants to sell it. The reason that somebody will travel all the way from Calabar, or all the way from Enugu, all the way from Oshobo to come to Niger, to come and buy rice or to buy yam, is because of the differential in prices between these different geographic locations. And the government has no right in Niger State to say don't sell to him. Or if you have bought it already, you confiscate it and you distribute it free. And if the man had borrowed money from bank, because it's a commodity dealer, and that's how his money will go, and that's how the bank will confiscate the man's assets, perhaps that he used for collateral. Where is that done in a democracy and in a capitalist system? So that is not the right way to go. And Niger State government should better think twice before implementing that. And the security agents in Niger State should ensure that they are not used to obey illegal orders. Now, a key important thing to note is that there are reasons for a scarcity of foodstuff in Niger State and elsewhere. Part of the major reason for foodstuff scarcity in Nigeria, especially in an agricultural state like Niger, is because of insecurity. The insecurity in Nigeria, especially in Niger, has forced several communities out of their communities, and they are no longer able to farm as they should. And this thing is not only happening in Niger, in Kaduna State, in Zamfara State, in Katsina State, in several states in the north. And we all know for a fact that the north is the agricultural base of Nigeria in terms of agricultural productivity. Now they have been hindered from producing by insecurity. So that insecurity is the major issue that the governor of Niger State and the northern governors, including President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should look into and solve the problem. To get to the root of insecurity in northern Nigeria, so that farmers can go back to their farms, so that people who are displaced from their communities can go back to their communities and face their farming business. There are reports in public domain in several states now where unless communities pay money to bandits, they are not allowed to farm. These are things that are already in public domain. Government cannot pretend they are not aware of this. Governors cannot pretend they are not aware of it. These are issues that need to be addressed to ensure food security in Nigeria, and not a situation where people will be talking about discriminatory trade. Don't sell rice, don't sell food for people from outside our state. When you produce rice, you must only sell it to people from our state. When you produce corn, sell only to people from our community. Where is that done? In one country. We are not talking about decision by a country to halt sale of food to other people. For example, we know during the COVID, there were several countries that stopped export of certain essential goods from their country. But that is understandable, but not within the same geographic entity, the same country. You say that somebody from another state cannot come and buy, and if he buys, you confiscate it. Where is that done as a policy? Where is that done in a democracy? Where is that done in one country? Never. It's never done at all. What you can do is to increase productivity. And how do you increase productivity in Nigeria of today? It is to stop the insecurity. It is to give incentive to farmers. It is to provide infrastructure. It is to preserve agricultural produce when they are harvested so that we reduce the post-harvest loss and ensure that whatever is produced, we don't lose them after post-harvest due to lack of storage facilities. These are things that government can do to enhance availability of foodstuff in Nigeria and ensure food security. Until that is done, the direction that Niger State governor is going is not the way to go. That is a wrong direction. It's a violation of the law of the country. It's an insult on the unity of Nigeria, because if Nigeria is one country, every man and woman has a right to go and do business in any part of Nigeria. That is true, as long as that business is done in line with the law of the land. That is my take on the ban of selling food in bulk to non-Nigerians by the Niger State government. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.